Good evening. Welcome to the Red Road East. I'm your host, Fierce Truth Seeker. This evening, we are going to be honoring Native American History Month, and my guests are going to be bringing you some very, very important information that you may and you may not be aware of. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I am here with someone that is no stranger to our show, someone who's been here before, country artist Kandia, Crazy Horse.
Osio Skidoi, Tohichu, Fierce Truth
Osio,
Seeker.
Tohiju. Yeah. Good to have you back again.
Thanks for having me back. Greetings to all our family, Eagle Woman, Night Eagle, Tali, who are out there watching, Firebird.
All the family, all our relations, yeah. So this is Native American History Month,
Yes.
and there's a whole lot of issues that we could tackle. Right now, today, we're going to be dealing with, with you, we're going to be dealing with some of the stuff you've been working on around Standing Rock. And I know you've been doing a lot of benefits and things of that nature. And I guess you can give the audience a little bit of information about the issue, what the Standing Rock issue is, first to start off.
Okay. Well, we're all still reeling from the post-election blues, and we don't have a lot of time, so I don't want to talk about the entirety of the issue. But I mean, there has been a media blockout for some time. So if you're not aware, there's been a major cause of Indian country within 2016, and that is about the ETA corporation from Dallas trying to build, it was called the Dakota Access Pipeline in North Dakota. And it was originally slated to go through Bismarck, but it got changed to go through land that is the Standing Rock Sioux Tribes Reservation. So for months, I have been a member of the Dakota Access Pipeline Resistance, marching, organizing, labor, rallying, and yes, performing benefit concerts for the water protectors between Washington, D.C. and New York City. I had been slated and trying to go to Standing Rock since August, back when I marched with only 10 people through the entire island of Manhattan with our brothers, our Taino sister and brother, Luis Sanacori Ramos and Brooke Keahani Rodriguez of the Eagle and Condor Community Center, which is based in Queens. We did a march together, and that was just 10 people. In the subsequent weeks and months, more people have become aware, but there's still plenty who are not. So yes, they're trying to build many, what they call black snakes, all over the country. We have the Algonquin pipeline in this region, the New York City area in New England, that we're also trying to stop. So Standing Rock was the original trigger for all of this activism and marching and so on. But they are now setting up other encampments all across Turtle Island. The one that is the most important to where we are right here in the territory of the Lenape is called Split Rock. It's just being established now. I marched with the Ramapo clan mothers yesterday through Central Park, and I met the Ramapo Lenape chief, Dwayne Perry, and spoke with him. I've been invited to come out to Split Rock, which is the camp on their lands in New Jersey, and people will be doing prayer and embedded there, and I will be doing some singing for them.
Now, for those in TV land who don't know anything about the Standing Rock issue, so what is the problem that the natives have with the Dakota Access Pipeline?
Well, it's not a native issue. It's being painted as such. Like I said, originally the pipeline was supposed to go through Bismarck, but they vetoed it, and then it got shifted to near the lands of the confluence of the Cannonball and Missouri rivers. So it's disproportionately affecting them, but the Oceti-Sakowin are not the only people that are going to be affected if the pipeline is fully constructed and put through. Many millions of Americans will be affected. And even though that project is out west, you know, the water, the air, the land, these things have an environmental effect on those will affect us here in the east. And like I say, we have pipeline projects here. So it's also in our own backyard. We're all affected. The water, you know, we all come from the water. We all depend on and survive tied to water. I mean, it's very simple. It's a no-brainer. It's not just a native cause, but we are at the forefront of the fight to try to halt these pipelines being constructed.
Now, what's the outlook as far as like how is the protest affecting their decision to build the pipeline? Is it going to make a difference, or you need more people to come out and support? You know, how's it looking?
The people that are at the front lines in Standing Rock are every week asking for more people, particularly natives and from the northeastern nations, to come out and support and represent. For a while, just mainly native people were holding it down, and then some were arrested, like Dale Happy American Horse, who's the Kanju Lakota. He was an early person who got arrested. I would think it was the beginning of September. I'm sorry I can't give you a lot of factoids because I've mostly been offline doing the marching and the laboring and so on, and then doing the benefit concerts. So there are several natives, which anybody can look on social media and look up the Camp of the Sacred Stones page and find out who they were, that have been arrested or are still in the jail system in some means as a result of actions trying to halt this pipeline. It only really started getting picked up as a news item and getting more attention when the Hollywood actress Shailene Woodley got arrested. So since then, it has become a bit of a cause célèbre for certain Hollywood stars, particularly ones like Robert Redford, who of course is known for Westerns, or singers that are trying to pay lip service to that. I'm not gonna speculate about the meaning of all that. I'm doing this as a personal action. I'm not affiliated with any groups, and nor am I representing my nation. This is my own personal thing that I feel called to do as an artist, as an activist. My genre is Native Americana. So yes, I've already done some benefit concerts at Decolonize This Place in Tribeca. I will be singing at another one at the Jalopy Theater in Brooklyn on November 25th. I believe it starts at 9 p.m. I am the lone known Native American artist on the bill, and our friend Seminole Elder Lonnie Harrington will be guesting with me, so I would really appreciate it if a lot of indigenous folk could come out. I'm not organizing that one, so it's not as known about. I will also be curating and performing at another Standing Rock and Split Rock event in mid-December. It'll be held at Heather Henson's Theater, Ibex Puppetry, on East 67th Street on the Upper East Side. And that one, I really hope you will be able to spread the word to all and sundry about, because if we can manage it, it's going to be an all-female Native American artist bill, which I don't think anybody has done so far. Neil Young's and Jackson Brown's and Dave Matthews' Standing Rock benefits are getting a lot of play in Rolling Stone magazine and this sort of thing. We don't have those kind of resources, but we will be unique, being that I'm the one who's curating it, a Native woman, and the theater is owned by Heather Henson, the daughter of Jim Henson of the Muppets fame, and she has been to Standing Rock. And then all of the artists, some of whom you know, my sister friend and neighbor Tess Reese, Choctaw, who was a famed jazz singer in the past and sang with Iron Feather and is now doing her own kind of roots hybrid music. And Kimberly Robeson, who's Afro-Native from Virginia and Texas. So several artists like that. One and a half of Brooklyn Dream Wolf, who's Lakota.
Repeat
descent.
again that last benefit that you're doing and give the time.
I don't know the time
you
yet.
don't? Okay,
that
all right.
hasn't all been pinned down. It is the weekend of December 16th, though. It will be at Ibex Puppetry. That's the location on the Upper East Side. Please just check back in with my website, kandiacrazihorse.com. I will be posting it as
spell that for them.
Kandia, crazyhorse.com. And when I have a poster and everybody is, ratified and signed up, then I will be sharing more information about that. Another piece of it, we do hope to have my cousin Tony Moonhawk Langhorn's wife, Marcy Tree in the Wind, Langhorn, do a kind of pop-up of native artifacts as part of the donation that will be there to help, give you can get holiday gifts there too. That's another side benefit to their presence. They have a company, Turtle to Turtle. They live out in the Ramapo Lenape land. So we're trying to keep this all of the family and support all the fronts, but mainly to show that we women have the first to really take up this cause. It was originally just grandmothers holding it down at Standing Rock itself. And we've been at the forefront leading everybody and doing all the labor. The men are grandstanding and getting photo ops, and that's all cool in the gang. But we're the ones that have led.
The mothers, we gotta let the mothers
yes,
do
and we
their
will
thing.
continue to be doing all the labor and spreading the word. Digital smoke signal to all of our family, all our relations out there.
All our relations. Well, Kandia, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having
as
me.
As usual, and this won't be the last time for sure.
No, of course not.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we will be joined with Brother Toriano ObaShango-El of the Olmec Thunder Clan Muurs. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and right now we are joined with Brother Toriano ObaShango-El of the Thunder Clan Olmec Muurs. Brother ObaShango.
Greetings, peace and blessings.
Greetings. Yes, it's a pleasure. Reason why I have you on is, well, besides the fact that you're a master historian, it's Native American History Month, and we're talking about number one, the Standing Rock issue that's going on, and also if you could also give us some history of the holiday that everybody loves to celebrate during this month and go out and spend all their rent money and everything on. And and plus, being that you're an adept in law, if you could tell us about the Standing Rock issue and why, if the natives are sovereign, why is it that these corporations are infringing upon the rights of indigenous peoples and desecrating the land, building pipelines, and all the stuff they've been doing? Could get into a little bit of that, and the history of Thanksgiving. I know we only have like 10 minutes.
Well, one of the reasons from my studies and research in the law is due to adhesion contracts and contracts, ab initio from the beginning. So they actually have to go back and if they have any treaties, look at those treaties and look at actually how they had contracted in with the entity known as the United States. That's one issue. And not only that, they also have to look at their current status now of actually how they may be classifying themselves. See, what the United States is not telling people, especially with the Smithsonian Institute and a lot of these entities such as them, they actually have finds, archaeological finds of who actually are the oldest people of the land. And they keep this stuff quiet and on the hush just so issues uh, like this can occur. So if our cousins and whatnot on the reservation saying that, hey, you can't come through here with this pipeline because this is our ancestors' land, we're the sovereigns of the land. Well, it almost acts as if what they call it almost acts like as if what they call plaintiff in error. And plaintiff in error means that they're not going to tell you that your status and standing is not correct. They're going to leave that up to you to figure out. But they're going to use these archaeological finds and the true history of the land and the true phenotype, in the cranial morphology, morphological structure, as well as artifacts, what they found in the ground that show otherwise in regards to what the people may be saying, that that their claim is almost like nullified. So
Get into detail about that. As far as like, you said who are the oldest people on the land? Can you elaborate on that?
Exactly. Well, as it stands right now, current if you study current anthropology and archaeology, more and more finds are coming out of the ground from here in North America all the way down to South America, that what they call, quote unquote, the Negroid phenotype is actually the oldest in the land. And this has been known for quite some time. This is nothing new. I mean, they have books such as Arnoldus Montanus, America, and it has a very super long title, which I can't remember right now.
Yeah, that's a long title. I have that book.
It has the drawings of what these explorers had described as the first people. Also, Verrazano, accounts by Verrazano and Captain Smith in Virginia, and the various people that were described by De Soto, Hernando de Soto, and Cortez, and all of these things, all of this historical eyewitness account, as long as the modern day scientific archaeological finds and paleontological finds and things of that nature, is what they are using up underneath what they call in situ evidence, where pretty much where you find it, if it's lying undisturbed, then that's what it is. They're using this quietly against them. So what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to look back into the contract to see possibly what they have signed, and also they're going to have to do their own archaeological findings, such as Empress Verdiasi of the Washita, she had done and proved her claim in Geneva, Switzerland, because all of this is operating against them. So right now they're pretty much under the whim of privileges. If they want to stop the pipeline, then the powers that be will. But if not, then it's just going to be a hard fight, man. It's going to be a hard fight.
Wow. Now, because you said something before about as far as the original peoples and them being Negroid. Are you talking about people coming from Africa? Is that what you are referring to when you say those Negroid finds? Are they coming from the Pacific? Which group of Negroids are you referring to? Well,
contrary to a lot of the presentation, for lack of a better word right now, that these archaeologists are presenting to the world as far as their origins, what they are not telling is that they have actually found sites over here, such as Toca de Esperanza, which is like 295,000 to 300,000 years ago in Brazil, and the Miramar archaeological finds in Argentina, which date back between 3 to 5 million years ago, showing human activity. And they have also found, if you study the works of Florentino Ameghino and you can read about this in Michael Cremo's book, uh, The Hidden History of the Human Race. They're finding anatomically modern human remains that the establishment has kept hushed. They did not want this brought forward, such as Huayatlaco in Mexico, which is roughly about 250,000 years old. And these finds, as well as several others from North to South America, I mean, even Calico site. Calico site is like 190,000 to 200,000 years old in the Mojave Desert in California. They predate what they call the out of Africa movement. So what we're looking at actually is this being of an autochthonous nature, to where it cannot be stated that it came, these finds originated from peoples migrating in from Africa or from the Pacific.
So you
But
saying
we're
that?
talking about an origin right here.
So you
So
saying that
more and more of these finds are going to be coming forward as, we're in the age of information and,
brother ObaShango, are you
Yes.
saying that those Negroid finds, quote unquote Negroid finds, are originating here in the Americas? Is that what you're saying?
yes, yes,
Okay.
because they predate what they call, what the people are calling, the scientists they are calling the out of Africa movement. They said out of Africa migration is, first they said it was 100. First they said 75. Then they said it was 100. Then they said it was 125 and 130. They keep pushing it further back, but they're still not matching up with the age of the find that they have found over here. Like Huayatlaco was, like I said, 250,000 years old. So it doesn't match up. And another thing is, if you look at, there was a Y chromosome that had come out back in 2013 that was announced. It was haplogroup A00, known as the Perry Y chromosome, and they dated it at 270 to 340,000 years old. When they had run a comparative analysis against its closest counterparts on the African continent, there was no exact match, and there was 11 mutational steps away, which actually, in a sense, makes it unique, very unique, showing that it had more mutations, thus rendering it older. So with this being stated, if there was no exact match found from the continent and it was not endemic over there, we're probably looking at, like I said, a distinct development over here and a migration up out of here going into other lands of this human. So there's a lot of things, like I said, that's on the scientific table that's real interesting. It's sad that we live in a society where people like to cover stuff up,
Right.
try to control how you receive and perceive information. But one thing about it, you won't be able to stop the truth.
Right, because I know they found a lot of artifacts in the Grand Canyon.
Exactly, Grand
that
Canyon,
was covered up.
South Carolina. Especially Texas too. Texas has a lot too that they haven't been talking about. That they've kept quiet.
Right. I wish we had more time where we can get a little deeper. We have about maybe 2 minutes. We're gonna actually have to bring you back on because the information that you're sharing with us definitely needs to. You can't really sum it all up, in 15 minutes. And so would you be willing to come back and join us again and do a part 2?
Yeah, great. I'd be more than delighted to, brother. Not a problem.
Okay, that'll be great. Before we go, tell us a little bit about your nation, the Thunder Clan Olmec Muurs.
Shia comes from Thunder Clan Olmec Muurs. Is a clan that we've started, and basically what we're doing is it's an avenue by which we are giving our people a springboard to come home to the knowledge of who they are upon the land by way of blood birthrights, usanguinous, and also by way of nationality underneath international law. And we go back, we stretch back in ancient antiquity. We have a geneticist on board who's in Perth, Western Australia, and we also have researchers, historical researchers, and we have adepts in the law as well. So we try to have these three avenues covered, so by which our people, once they come home, they can find out not only who they are, how far they stretch back into antiquity, but also find out why it's important that we have a nationality and we deal with it from a perspective of the use solely or an empirical standpoint, uh, from which the first kingdoms and empires were actually brought over here to this land, and all the way up to 1492 when Columbus and the Europeans had started coming over here and had to deal with that fact of there were empires already here prior to their arrival, and the international law that is between the Europeans and the empires prior over here.
Mm. That's definitely some heavy information, and we will definitely look forward to this continuing on the next show. And it would definitely be my pleasure to have you back on, my good
It'd
brother.
be my pleasure to return.
Okay. All right, folks. That was a teaser. Brother Toriano ObaShango-El is an adept in law, an adept in history, and man, you know, I know that you're definitely going to want to join us the next time, because he's going to have some information that's just going to blow you away. Okay? So until that time, we are signing out now. And in honor of Native American History Month, go to your library, go to any events that's going on in your area to educate yourself about Native Americans and the holiday and everything. Okay? Take care. All right. Okay, ObaShango, I'll talk to you later.
Okay then, brother. Peace and love. Talk to you in a little bit.